Why not? I'll tell you what. We'll get the A-team here, too. That's
wow.
Sweet. I'll tell you what. Hey. Yeah.
You're on.
All right, up and at 'em. Sunday morning, the day after. Kansas City in town. We get them in the cold one now. We get them back at home inside the shack. Yesterday, the Leafs lost a couple of well, I'm not going to say barn burners because they weren't.
Right.
They got it handed to them twice, Andrew, at Wells Fargo Arena. But we're back at home this morning. Looking forward to turning and changing the tide. And with the Lincoln win last night, this game gains even more importance as we move along.
Yeah, it does. And I think for JV purposes, yesterday was all self-inflicted. The 3 goals that we gave up was on us. It wasn't that Kansas City, just handled us completely through the whole game. We just had a few mistakes that cost us. And then varsity, we were playing, to 1-1, and then we got a 5-on-3 power play and weren't able to convert anything out of that power play, and then you could just see the kind of the wind go against our sails there. So new day, that's what the nice thing is you can sleep about it, forget about it, and move on and play better the next day. So but yeah, the Lincoln Stars and Quad Cities played last night, which was a key matchup both in JV and in varsity, more in varsity than JV, but Lincoln getting the victory late against Quad Cities on a power play goal with 30 seconds to go to kind of seal that deal, and kind of gave us some room for maneuvering in that 9-team race for that 8th spot. So the big game for us here, if we can find a way to get a point or two today, is huge for both JV and varsity.
So talking specifically about the JV, they come up first here today. They're in a little bit different position than the varsity team, a little bit higher step in the conference. Are they looking for some seeding purposes as well with this, aren't they, Coach?
They are. We're sitting right there at the 5 seed, and we're 3 points up on the next team below us, and so just to stay on par with where we're at, a point or two would be huge for us against this Kansas City team that comes in. They're second in the league in points and have that, and they're still battling for that number 1 seed against Waterloo. So, basically both divisions, it's Waterloo, Kansas City. If you can get points from either one of those 2 teams, no matter what division you're in, is huge coming from. But looking at yesterday's game with just the self-inflicted 3 goals that we gave up, I still think they're beatable. And if we do things right and can get on to Kansas City right away, maybe get that first goal, that can get some excitement and get some confidence built in.
Kansas City's got quite a program, without question. And they came in yesterday with a lot of team speed. Granted, down at Wells Fargo Arena, to me, is a little bit more of a neutral ice situation. It seems, for all intents and purposes, it has been for the Leafs thus far. How important is it getting them back here? It seemed like the kids were kind of excited. Get them back here. They got a night. They got to stay over. They got to do all that stuff that we've all had to do.
Right.
Get up, get here.
Well,
our stuff's here and have at them, right?
And with Kansas City's team speed, it looked they're fast, down at the well, and that's softer ice. It's warm in there. The ice is a little bit softer, which slows things down. Now you get them back here at Metro, where it's a colder arena. The ice plays a lot faster because it's a lot harder, which could make Kansas City even that much more lethal. But our kids also like playing here, preferred to Wells Fargo. At least, when I ask my own kid, he likes playing here just because of the atmosphere. It's louder. It feels more intense. He feels like well is too hot. He gets warm, and then the atmosphere is quiet. So it doesn't feed into the energy. So you can build up that energy here. It gives a little bit more excitement. Those type of pieces, and so it'll make us faster. It'll make them faster. So I think it'll seem like a faster game today.
I got the exact same answer at home, Coach. Exact same. Prefer it down here for every reason that you mentioned above. then just it seems a little more like home field advantage. The other one seems like you may as well have met in Davenport or met wherever you did, to make that one happen yesterday. It's cool. First times you're there in the locker room. It's an incredible place down there. I mean, it's a wonderful facility, but when you're looking to compete, it's funny how you grasp those things you're most comfortable with.
Yep.
And that's what we got here in the couch in the basement at Metro Ice Arena.
That's right.
The man cave.
So, and this facility is pretty similar to the Kansas City facility where we, were able to beat Kansas City at their barn.
Yeah, it is.
It's chilly there.
It's a good point.
It's good hard ice, and the puck travels, and you won't see as many bouncing pucks and skipping around, and so that's all helpful. And the big benefit for us is we should know how this rink plays the whole time because we practice here every day. And so we know kind of the corners. We know how the puck reacts off the boards and off the glass. And sometimes, we're over at the Zamboni door. We know sometimes the puck kicks off there. We know that, but Kansas City does not. And so just some of these little quirks that can be to our advantage. And then do we utilize those advantages that we know?
So we're going to start it up here. Kansas City Jets in town. They'll be coming at you from left to right on your YouTube screen. 2 shades of blue, white numbers on the back. Left to right again, they'll be coming at you. The Oak Leafs, the home whites, Blue Breezers, white tops, gold numbers. And they'll be coming at you from right to left.
Zimmerman
in goal today for the Leafs. So Zim has played several games in a row on varsity. Going to play the JV game here today. That would probably mean Jack Evans is your goaltender for the varsity game. Kenny Glock and Kelty on the front line. Borrud and Kissinger on defense, and we are underway. 10 o'clock in the morning on the Sunday morning, Jets in town. We got them at home. In the comforts of the man cave, here we go. That's Glock behind the net. Looks to free it up. Sent to the point. Kissinger taps one through. Caught traffic, unable to get there. Now tapped. Good play by Kenny to keep it in momentarily. Now lost in the footing, and we got an odd man rush. It's tapped into the sky near the American flag. We'll get a defensive zones face-off and a stop and play just underway at the 14:29 mark here in the first period. Aiden Zimmerman, the goaltender today for the Leafs, as they make a wholesale change. And we'll face off to his right. Pastashow will take the draw. Shepard and Rowland, his line mates. And that's Shepard along the wing. Plays it up now, tackled, confronted by Zimmerman. Zimmerman and McGrath on defense. Those are your 5 Leafs on the ice. Another icing call. We'll try it again. Feeling each other out, Coach.
Yeah, right now it's Kansas City. They're not taking any chances. They had an opportunity where sometimes a defenseman will go ahead and pinch, and that they didn't. They kind of backed out, let the Oak Leafs take out the zone. We weren't able to convert on a pass and get an icing call.
Defensive zone faceoff. That's taken by May Pop, the Johnston sophomore. Gathering control now sent along to the right wing where a scrum ensues. Pastel will arrow it out to the red line. Trying to run under it was Rowland, unable to get there, but now Pastel on the back of his blade will dump it in. And the Leafs will get their first chance in the offensive zone here. One-timer. Caught traffic. Defenseman still dangerously in front. Pastel, the late look at it. Defenseman lost track of it. Hit his skates. Stopped in front momentarily. Unable to pay dividends, but nevertheless probably the best early look of the game for either team. Tackled on by Shepard. Controlled now and skated by McGrath. He'll shove it all the way in and continue on. The big fella, 13. Unable to keep with it, and back comes Kansas City. Outlet pass and a beauty on the red line with Zimmerman to pick up the pieces. Gets a stick on it, thwarts it. Now the elder Helder sets free. Given up on the blue line. He's still after it. Played a good game last night. Centering pass and a beauty. Hansen, one-timer. Slot, he just missed his man. Good play again by Hender. Hender went to Hansen. Hansen tried to go to Wade on the open net. Boys just missed. And easily the best look here at the 12:55 mark here in the first period. Leafs came out strong this far. That's Wade. Looks to chip it in. got it most of the way, and Henders not had enough yet. Stays on it on the left wing, now giving up. Good pinch centered in. Leafs continuing to play downhill hockey here. Kansas City looks to get their hotel legs from up and underneath them. Hill. Springer. Chips it ahead. He's got Spikers, the left-hander. Spikers stops, looks. He tries to pirouette with it. Looks to send it back to the point. Now fights to keep it in. Michael joins the fray to the left of the goaltender as you look at it on your YouTube screen from right to left. Now Kansas City is free and easy. Another breakaway. Good hit there in the corner. Tackled on by Hill. First hockey Kansas City's played in their offensive zone, beginning right now at the 12-minute mark. Good work by the Leafs. Kenny will slap it out. He'll get it to the blue line. Kansas City to look. Will they play catch with their defenseman? Send it all the way back down and around. The goal it goes as Zimmerman looks at it over his right and left shoulder. Kenny now advances. It takes a good shot as he tries to do so. Now Kansas City's forecheck looks like they've found some legs, but Michael's going to skate through it until he gets annihilated inside the blue line. That's going to cost Kansas City a player, I believe, Coach. Stop and play, 11:31 in the first.
Yeah, number 24 just got his hands up just a little bit on that hit on Michael. Get an elbow call. So hopefully we can take a little bit of advantage on the power play. That's where our goal came from yesterday. We have two power play units, and both of them are kind of different, but they kind of are very similar in working it down low. And then I think that's the correct thing to do, and then use your D up top to see if you can't get some deflections.
Ankeny auto body power play. Kenny's free. Scrappy move. That just escapes Kelty's shoulder. It's Borrud and McGrath on defense for the Leafs. It's Kenny, Kelty, and Glock on the front line. Those are your Ankeny auto body power play participants. As they gather the red, they ask for the blue, and they get it. McGrath going to skate it in. McGrath still there. Still after it along the wing. He'll stop, he'll look. He'll survey again. Front of his net. Caught by Glock. Glock tries to send it to the point. Can Kelty keep it in? He can off the back of his blade. Leafs need to get some shots on goal. 1:17 left in the one-man advantage. Scoreless game at the 10:25 mark. That's Kenny back behind the net. Looks to center it. Taken by Kelty to Kenny. Back to Kelty. Kelty plays it behind the net to Kenny, unable to advance it all the way. Now we got a whistle and another stop and play with 59 seconds left to go in the one-man advantage. 10.5 minutes left to go in the first period, but someone else paying the price, Coach.
Yeah, and Glock was stationed in front. They were trying, Glock was trying to take away the eyes of the goaltender, maybe get it up to the D. Then the defenseman from Kansas City gave him a nice little cross check in the back and put him down. So now we're going to go up for a 5-on-3 here. See if we can't muster something here. Take advantage of this 5-on-3.
It's Pospisil, Roland, Shepard, Michael, and Borrud. Slider, Borrud. Caught the goaltender right in the sternum. Good shot by the big fella. Yeah, Borrud with people sitting in front looking for that rebound.
Yeah, good shot. We were just able to get in front of the goaltender's eyes. Shepard was trying to do his best, but got kind of pushed out. He's not the biggest in the stature. And so we just got to do a better job just getting in front.
Shoveling in front. Kicked. Still in front. Unable to gather it. Now Leafs look to control. Pulled out by Roland. Sends it to the wing. And tapped in by Michael. Now giving up. Caught, but just barely kept it outside the zone. Kansas City and the Leafs will have to reset and try that again. That was a good opportunity potentially lost.
Good opportunity there. The puck was coming out. Bolrud was getting ready to snap one off, and Roland came back. And to get that, that's where that communication needs to talk. Bolrud needs to take that, because he had the opportunity to shoot the puck.
You want the big fella putting a low one on net, too, don't you, Coach?
Yep. For
the chances at the rebounds. Especially with this little group in front. A little one-timer they get in front of that. Good centering pass by Bolrud. Kept in now. Pinched by Micah. He'll skate it. Support given. Now given up on a nifty play by the winger, and they got a guy loose. One-on-one with Zim. They got him. They beat him on the glove side and high. And just like that at the 9:23 mark here in the very first period, the Kansas City Jets get a shorthanded goal, and they lead 1-0.
And that was all just us not recognizing somebody slipping out of the zone when they got the puck, deep. Somebody, one of the Kansas City players just split our D. D didn't react. nobody reacted until about when the guy was at the red line. So,
hey, what's frustrating
again,
about that is the Leafs controlled a lot of the action,
right,
and they're down 1-0.
And so it's self-inflicted.
Just one play changed the momentum. See if they can get it back. That's McGrath. He'll quarterback it and come from right to left. Blue Breezers, white tops, gold number. That's Tex McGrath. Here he comes, blue line. He'll dance a little bit. He'll take the red. He'll ask for the blue. He'll continue on. Into the zone he goes. Back of his plate, centering pass, wanted Hinder. Unable to gather it. Now Zimmerman will control. This is the elder Zimmerman. He's in a little bit of a foot race. A lot of these Kansas City Jets can flat out pick him up and put him down. If you don't believe me, tune into the varsity game. Like a track meet last night at Wells Fargo. Back behind the net they go. Pinched on in the corner. Shoveled in by McGrath. Continued on by Wade. That's the big fella from Roosevelt. Frees it up. Unable to continue on. That's Hinder. That's the big fella from Ankeny, the right-hander. Played a really good game last night. Getting an icing call, stop and play. We'll bring it all the way back down this way at the 8:25 mark here in the very first period.
Yeah, so we didn't take advantage of having a 5-on-3. I don't even know if we even had a shot that was actually on net. We had a couple of looks, but I don't think we had a shot even on a 5-on-3. And then Kansas City was able to do a good job of getting their shorthanded goal. And so now we got a lot of work to do, getting back on 5-on-5 and creating something to the net and getting some second chance opportunity, but not giving up anything else.
Gooding, Spikers, and Hill on the front line. That's Michael and Springer on defense. Those are your 5 Leafs in the ice as they move from right to left. Halfway through the first. Leafs down 1-0. Zimmerman, sloppy one in front. Slid across on Zim quickly. Got on the crease on him very quickly. A nice goal, bring it all the way back down this way again. Now the Leafs started out, I'm not going to say in a fury, but looked like they were controlling the action, winning 2 out of every 3 battles, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And the odd man got loose. They beat Zimmerman over the glove side and high, and you see a 1-0 lead, and that's tough to swallow as a coach, isn't it?
Right. Well, it's Kansas City took advantage of a mistake by us, and that's the difference between maybe a great team and a good team. You know, is when a team makes a mistake, that you make that hurt, and that's what happened. So
they're going to get Kinney for tripping, I believe. That just looked like an aggressive move to me. Might be a little self-bias. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. He tripping, Coach?
I actually wasn't seeing it. I saw him dive, and I don't know if he got to the puck or not. If he didn't, if he was trying to play the puck, it shouldn't have been a tripping call, but if he never played the puck and somebody tripped over his stick.
Now tapped and sent furthermore in by Kansas City. That was really awkward. That's all I'm going to say. Extremely awkward. On the wing now, Kansas City looks to work. 141 mark. Centering pass one-timer, and they got him. They got Zimmerman over the shoulder, the glove side and high, and just like that, at the 7:26 mark here in the first period, the Leafs find themselves down 2-0.
And that was just quick movement by Kansas City, knowing exactly what they wanted to do. Us not really staying at home within the dots, getting attacked a little bit too much, and leaving the backside wide open, and leaving that lane. Well, now we need to respond.
Yeah.
We have to respond.
Trying to gather my thoughts after that one. Saw a kid going balls out for the puck. Tips it into his own zone. Nevertheless, here we go. That's McGrath. He'll skate it. Given up awkwardly. That goes over the top of Zimmerman. Now the other Zimmerman goes control behind the net. Tapper one-timer stopped in front. Scrum ensues. Some conversation as well. Stop and play at the 7-minute mark will result in offensive zone faceoff for the visiting team, the Jets, who have 2 goals and have, quite frankly, been outplayed halfway through the first.
Yep. In the first, 5 minutes, it was kind of all Oakley. It looked like we were doing pretty well. And then, one mistake, and then power play goal. And then now, all of a sudden, you're seeing some of our players starting to do things by themselves rather than, having the head up, making plays. You just got to continue to, create things to happen.
Jets control in their own zone, now gathered, sent right our way. Almost made a diving play on that one. As you can hear the Leafs fans chanting for a call of their own here at this point. Kind of a table turner there. 6:42 to go in the first, 53 seconds left on the one-man advantage. And actually it's not. It's just up on the board and has been removed.
Yep.
Steered on by Rowland. Tapped ahead and skated underneath by Pospisil. And controlled by Kansas City along the red line. They'll play it in right on Zimmerman. He'll have to gather it, smother it. We'll get a defensive zone face-off. The 6:26 mark here in the first. How do you turn the boys around after the start they've had when the results don't correlate?
Just talk about positioning, is the first step, and then being able to utilize each other and get them to be doing what they're responsible for, and then just be first one to the puck, win, try to win one-on-one battles, and then you're going to be able looking for, do we get a bounce, that kind of goes our way, and if we can get a bounce to kind of go our way, and then and feed off that. You're hoping, you're looking for Kansas City to make a mistake, and can you get them to make a mistake, and then can you take advantage of that mistake?
These had some good things going on early here in the first two. See if they can continue on and bill for it. Be defensive zone face-off. Hansen will take the draw. That's Hansen, Hender, Wade, Kissinger, and Borud. Those are your five Leafs on the ice as they try to dig it out from left to right. That got to the point. Now sent into the corner. Now shoveled along, trying to get Hansen to run underneath it, unable to get there. Steered and poked off the puck momentarily by Wade, but Kansas City wins another battle. Now the Leafs have to try to dig it out. Play it right along that east rink side. Tapped again by Hansen. Scrum ensues to the right of the goaltender, Zimmerman, as he looks at it from right to left. Centering pass, beauty, slot, extra move. Picked by Borud at the last second, and thank God for that. They'll want to go down 3 as well as they've played early on here. Gets caught in the snow behind the net. Tapped on a good forecheck by Hender. Back by net to go, that's Gooding as he digs in. Tapped again on a good check again by Hender. Active stick for 40, the senior. Had a good weekend. Back they go, all the way down. This is a foot race now, and Michael will have to hurry. Zimmerman won't let the foot race take place. He comes up, stabs it, grabs it. Now it's Gooding, now giving up awkwardly on the center ice. With a good wheel and deal by the forward for Kansas City. He's still on the puck. Springer trying to wipe him off. Good puck control as he moves into the corner. Now he's trapped in the corner. Unable to break it out as the Leafs. Might have escaped the blue line, doesn't look like it did. Gooding still chopping. Kansas City working along their left wing. Boy, that guy can handle a puck. Still there. Along the wing. Kansas City controlling. Almost looks like a power play here for them. That got all the way through to Zimmerman. Tapped on and played by Michael. Checked up by Springer. Behind the net they go. It's right over Zimmerman's right shoulder. Gooding joins the fray. Scrap ensues now as it's finally kicked to the right of Zimmerman and sent all the way back along. Now they play catch again along the boards. Got the feeling of a power play for the Jets all of a sudden. They smell blood in the water, one-timer. Zimmerman kicks it aside and smothers it. Isn't it funny how the table turns from one team to the next once they get a couple of goals that perhaps they shouldn't have had?
Well, in our defensive zone, if you look at where our positioning is, we're letting guys just stand free. And we have too many guys right now being up too high or out of the play and not covering somebody. I mean, number 5 was standing there in the high slot with nobody even acknowledging that he was going to be standing there. And so that just opens up different passing lanes, and it is hard to then defend when they're moving the puck around. So you got to quit chasing, and you just got to be able to pressure the puck in one-on-ones, not two-on-ones.
Good forecheck by the Leafs, forcing the puck loose. Caught by McGrath. One-timer in front. Deflection attempt by Glock, unable to get there. Tapped in by Zimmerman on a nifty quick hands there. Kinney's back there as well and sends it back in. And the Leafs go to work. Hungry group here, it looks like. That's McGrath. Get an offside call at the 3:20 mark here in the first period. Bring the face-off just outside the blue line and to the right of the goaltender.
Had an opportunity right there. Just the rebound came off hard on the goaltender, and we had pressed up too far. Nobody up in that high slot area for that big rebound that comes.
Tucked out now. Almost stolen by Pospisil in the offensive zone. They're giving up, and here they come on the blue line. Now the red. Now the blue again. Swatted back and sent all the way into the corner by Pospisil. Controlled Nick. Great collision behind the net. That's Pospisil on all fours. We've got a whistle. We're going to talk that one over. I believe the puck is either on the net or it's underneath May Pop, the Johnston sophomore. Defensive zone face-off for the Leafs. Pospisil will take the draw. He's got Shepard and Rowland either side. It's Borrud and Kissinger on defense as your 5 Leafs on the ice. Good steal by Shepard. One-timer. Didn't get what he wanted. 2:46 stop and play.
Yeah, and Kansas City, in their rushes, they're doing a good job of just, some one-touch passing, kind of the flow. For us right now, when we enter, we're not getting any, anything being creative in our entries, which is causing kind of an issue where it makes it easy on the defenseman exactly what we're going to do.
Pinched in by Borrud, unable to keep it in. Now ridden along and gathered by Rowland off the back of his blade. He looks to advance it. Borrud ties up his man. But I tell you what, we got some officials making their mark today in this one.
They're on top of their game.
Yeah, they're on top of it or they're over the top in their game. It's consistent, let's put it that way, at least to this point. 2:28 and counting in the first. Slapped ahead by Shepard. Slapped further ahead by Pospisil as he wrestles with it. Shepard as well. Scrum ensues. Pospisil finally wins the battle. Sends it all the way back around the net. To the wing. They're able to tap it out. Sent back in. We got another.
Yeah, we had 2 guys. One tagged up. The other one was still coming out. The other one went back in before the other guy got tagged up. So another offsides, another restart.
Creating a little choppiness to the game, isn't it, though?
Yep.
Without question. Stabbed in by Springer, and the Leafs will try dump and chase of their own here from right to left. Wade looks to gather in the corner. Pinched in. Good confrontation by Michael, the defenseman. He's unable to keep it in. Kansas City tries the other side and has better luck. And now they'll skate it wide to the right and they'll stop. They'll survey. Drop pass just left outside the blue line. Kansas City will dump it back in. They'll try it again. With only a minute and a half left to go here in the first period. Kansas City leads 2-0 at Metro Ice Arena. Now they're in front. Great catch with his skates. Stop, slap, look. Michael rubs his man off. Hansen checks it to Wade. Wade looks to skate it. He'll dump it off the back of his blade, and Hender's going to run underneath it. The right-hander from Ankeny. One-timer. Sloppy rebound again. No one there to pick up the pieces. Hender found himself loose on the feed from Wade. Get another stop and play. The 1:13 mark here in the first period. This will garner an offensive zone faceoff. It'll come to the left of the goaltender as you look at it from right to left on your YouTube screen. To the left of the goaltender, yep. I think I said it right.
You did.
If I didn't, I'll kill myself with no. One-timer, front, chance, tucked. Gooding was the last one with a swipe at it. Good face-off, good win, good forward movement by the Leafs.
Yeah, good job by the Kansas City goaltender, just staying with it and keeping the pad down and covering all the areas. In order for that one, big goaltender, so you have to be able to take that puck and then get it, to the weak side of the goaltender.
Offensive zone face-off. Taken by Gooding. Sent all the way around the boards. They look to escape the zone. They're unable to. Gooding able to keep it in. Gooding circles. Choppy one, he got one through. Gooding sent one through. Stole it, pirouetted, sent one through, and I think you're going to find Gooding with an unassisted goal there at the 53-second mark in the first period.
Yeah, he, was able to pick up a loose puck there in the top of the circles. Skated it around. And just putting something on net. See if he had support with the other forwards there, looking for a rebound, and was able to find a sneaky hole there through the goaltender. So that is much needed right now, especially with 52 seconds left here in the first period. Get a little bit of momentum, get this thing back to a one-goal game, and then kind of continue to build off of this.
That was big because at least they're right in this thing.
Yep.
There's no doubt about it. They were right in it yesterday, besides the couple of glaring mistakes. Now they got this thing to 2-1 as the first period is in its waning seconds. Gooding just circled, played kind of a floater on net. It was an awkward look for the goaltender. I mean, tough stop for him to make. That thing really made no sense the way it was floating in there. Sometimes, like you say, Coach, put it on net. Back around the net they go. Scrum to the right of the goaltender. They look to cover it up, Zimmerman, and that one just stayed in front of the net a little bit too long, so the Leafs give it, and then they take it away.
Yeah.
3-1, 17 seconds left to go in the first.
And that was just all pressure by Kansas City. They're just, saying we're going to get it deep, we're going to win this one-on-one battle, and we're just going to put it in front, and we're just going to continue to attack. We weren't able to put anybody, cross anybody's sticks up or get them up off the ice or get the puck to the corner. In that situation, what you got to do is you got to make sure that that puck gets to the corner, gets to the outside, and we just kind of left it out there in front.
3-1, Kansas City. Well, I tell you what, these guys are going to stop the play every chance they get. Now they're going to send someone from Kansas City into the sin bin. 15 seconds to go. Definitely made their mark today, this crew. I don't know if it's the same crew as the other crew, but this group is, they're going to make sure everyone knows they're there without question. Taking control of the game. Leafs got a power play now for the next 2 minutes. Only 10 seconds left in this one as Kinney's going to look to shoot it. Glock now will gather. 4 seconds to go. Front of the net, Borward's got one chance left. Tries one. Kicked aside by the goaltender for Kansas City, and the first period will come to a close with the Jets leading 3-1. There'll be a minute 45 seconds left in the one-man advantage for the Leafs after the short break here, and period number 2 begins.
Well, the positive is we get a minute 45 to start the next period on the power play, and hopefully we can convert to get this thing back to a one-goal game. The negative was giving up that goal late, with less than 30 seconds to go in the period. We got to keep Kansas City to the outside. We got to make it hard for them in the offensive zone, and a lot of that is going to be disciplined in the defensive zone. And out, get out. But then when the puck moves, you got to get back to the location that you're responsible for, and not do a bunch of running around. We get kind of scrambling once that puck starts moving around. Kansas City, they move the puck well. They move it quick. They move it fast. They kind of know exactly what they want to do with it before they even have the puck on their stick. And so you as a defensive crew in the defensive zone, and it takes all 5 guys. It's not just when we say defense, it's not defensemen. It's all 5 guys playing in that zone and playing together and having a responsibility. And if you start running, that's what Kansas City wants. They want you to start running after the puck, because then it just opens up everything that they want to do. So
counter-punching team, I agree. That's a good call, Coach. I agree. It's Andrew Wade to my right. So this score was the same score we carried into the late third period yesterday. Kansas City tacked on an empty netter to make it a 4-1 game, but we're already here at 3-1 as we start the second, 2 periods in advance from yesterday's matchup. As the Leafs will turn it around, they'll go from left to right. Blue Breezers, white tops, gold numbers. Kansas City, Tennessee Titans, 2 shades of blue, if you will, with the white numbers.
The Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah. I win NFL, you win NHL. That's all right. That's how we see things.
I'll tie in baseball next.
Yeah, I probably already have. I just don't know it. Kelty looks to skate it. That's Kelty. Looks to set it up. Got them both in front. Couldn't get there. Borrud tries to check it too. See if Kelty can keep it in. These guys are just missing. It's going to come all the way back down. Gathered at the 116 mark here. Left in that one-man advantage for the Leafs, the Ankeny Auto Body power play. That's Borrud. Taps it to Kinney on a good catch. Kinney's going to take it in. He's going to take it wide and into the corner. Around the net and below. Loses track of it. Gathered now controlled as Glock looks to gather in the corner. That's going to get past Borrud. Go all the way back where Michael will have to gather it. Takes his time a little bit. At the 14-minute mark, 47 seconds to go. See if they can set it up again. To Kinney. Crossing route. Looks like Kelty fell. That was the man he wanted. And that is sent dangerously near the Kansas City camera crew. Stop and play 13:52. Only 37 seconds left to go in the one-man advantage. The Leafs couldn't get in and go in there, Coach.
No, and it seemed like every time that we would have things kind of going our way, we'd either, just like Kelty right there, just crossed up his feet, fell down, and then we had the whole thing out here on the zone, coming out, we couldn't keep it in, so just don't panic.
That's sent all the way across. Tapped out of the zone where Kansas City will skate it. Wrestled along. He's going to wrap it around on Zim. Zim forced to make a save, sprawling to his left. Looked to skate it outside the zone. Unable to get there. Way too much stick handling by the forward for Kansas City. Had himself in a good spot, skated himself out of it. Now Zimmerman goes to work and traps in the corner. That's Zim, the right-hander from Urbandale. Joined by Pospisil. Shepard's there as well. Zim comes out with it, now giving up inside the blue line again, and here they come. And now the Leafs are going to get another penalty. They're going to get Zimmerman for tripping. He's going to go into the penalty box at the 13:02 mark. Leafs going to have to kill one off 3-1. And kind of the way this thing is setting up, this penalty kill is extremely important, Coach.
It is extremely huge, and the way we were killing the penalty last time, Kansas City kind of did whatever they wanted to do, moving the puck around, and got us kind of out of a position. The big thing here is don't overexert. I always preach, a lot of stick action, right? Sweeping the stick, taking away passing lanes. If we don't see a lot of stick action and a lot of stops and starts, they're going to take right there.
Crossing route with very little impeding their progress. Kansas City took control of the face-off. Had their way from start to finish and finished it with a nice one-timer from the right wing. And now they lead 4-1 with 12:52 left to go here in the second period. If you can sense my frustration, I definitely am. The Leafs have played more than straight up with these boys, more than halfway through this one, and find themselves down by a huge number 3 early. Tapped into the corner, now sent back. Get to the blue line. They look to skate it. Good play by Hansen to keep it alive. Sent wide. Good passing team. Not taking anything away from them. Unselfish in the way they do it. Look to break the zone. They get it to the wing. Good play there by the Leafs. That's Wade. One-timer. Great bounce. Leafs. He's there again with a good follow-up by Hender. Good persistence by Wade. Good follow-up by Hender. As Leafs go to work in their offensive zone. Tackle now sent up. Trapped into the corner. Leafs look to free it up. Scrum ensues to the left of the goaltender. A lot of action now. Gooding chopping along. Surprised we didn't get a call there. That's Springer. Slapper got it to the red line. Gathered by Hender. He'll send it back in. Leafs look to chase it. Gooding looks to cut off the angle. Sails over the outstretched arms of Gooding. Zimmerman to McGrath, to the red line, and in. And behind the net they go on a dump and chase. Leafs need a goal. Gooding got the last one doing this exact unassisted move. Wrapping around here on the other side. Just a few minutes ago we could use that again. We'll get another chance in our offensive zone with an icing call. And stop and play at the 11:25 mark here in the second period. Kansas City up 4-1.
Yeah, and Kansas City, they're the top of the league in the JV in goals per game, and so scoring lead in the team, you got to minimize and you got to play big.
Gooding on the draw. Pospisil to his right. It's Spikers to his left, Zimmerman and McGrath. Those are your 5 Leafs in the ice. As Kansas City's able to break the zone with an extra pass to the red line. Good back check by Pospisil, but it's not enough. Taking off the puck and a good check by Pospisil. Getting back there and playing both sides of the ice. Good to see 11 doing that. Back now tapped again by Maypop. Now we got another whistle, another stop and play. This is going to have to do with some sort of infraction in front of the net between McGrath and a winger for Kansas City, coach.
Yeah, and they have another opportunity to kind of mimic their power play. They're 2 for 2 today, and really haven't been contested. The first power play took them 20 seconds to score. The last one took them 10 seconds to score. And when you do your penalty kill, you got to play inside the dots. You got to come out. You don't. My philosophy was always you don't go tie up. You just play big. And what I mean by play big doesn't mean by stature. It means by sweeping your stick and using your stick as being part of being big.
They need to stop here, and Kelty put a good fork in it to begin with. It's Kelty, Kinney, Michael, and Borrud. Those are your 4 Rise pest control penalty killers. Kelty misses that initial swipe. Kinney picks up the carnage from inside. Attacks along the boards. Sent in where Michael now traps his man in the corner. 10:33 left to go here in the second. 1:33 left in the one-man advantage for Kansas City. They lead 4-1. Leafs need to stop here. That caught the post. Outside of the post. But nevertheless, into the corner they go. Good forecheck by Kinney, gets it all the way out of the zone, and the Leafs win a small battle there. In front of the net they go. As they survey. Poised. Trapped in the corner. They leave it on the point. Look out. Slot. Zimmerman saw it. Good stick by Michael to get it out of there. Caught part of the blade by someone. Kinney going to send it all the way back down on goal. And the Leafs win another battle with 56 seconds left to go in the one-man advantage. Here comes Kansas City. From right to left. Now we've got another tripping call against the Leafs. And Kansas City is going to continue this one-man advantage. 42 seconds left to go in the first one. 9:40 left to go in the second. Coach.
Yeah, giving Kansas City a 5-on-3 opportunity for the next 42 seconds does not bode well, especially with their team speed and being able to move the puck. And now you're going to have to put 3 guys, and you got to play that a little bit different. It's out back, and you got to cover back door so that it's play tight. And play within the box.
Off the glass, and they win a big battle there. Says 35 seconds on one penalty, 150 on the other. All stacked up for Kansas City as they're 5-on-3 for the next half minute. They lead 4-1. They can really salt this one away with a goal here. Trapped on the boards by Kissinger, but given up. Zimmerman along the boards now. Trying not to let him set up here on the 5-on-3. Zimmerman doing a good job in the corner. He's still there, Zim, the junior from Urbandale. Now it's tied up. And a whistle. We'll drop it and start it over with a face-off. Zimmerman looked like he was keeping that thing alive in the corner to me, Coach.
Yeah, I'm not sure,
doing exactly what he's taught to do. That'll escape the zone. 4 seconds, 3, now 2, and it'll be a 5-on-4. Leafs get one more skater here. To the point. Now given up. Minute left to go. If the Leafs can thwart these efforts here, they got themselves in business. Zimmerman stops it, and Zimmerman sends it. It's 2 of the same family. Now we got another whistle and another stop and play. The boys in black and white going to make sure we know what's going on here today.
So it's like number 24 is going to go to the box for 2 minutes for tripping. It happens out there in the front of the net, so we'll have a 4-on-4 for 57 seconds. So now, it's all about puck possession.
Yep. It's Shepard and Rowland. Borrud and Michael. Those are your 4 Leafs on the ice in a 4-on-4 now, right at the midway point of this game. A 4-1 lead for Kansas City, which is not indicative as how this game has been played. Now given up awkwardly by the Leafs. Centering pass, tied up by Board, unable to get a stick on it. In the corner they go. Confronted and stolen by Michael. Michael chips it. And that's going to somehow find its way into the offensive zone where Roland will play a soft one on net. Tackled on by Shepard behind the boards. Tap in front. They're able to control it, skate it out. They'll take the red. Now they'll send it a soft one in over the blue. As one penalty is about ready to come to a close, and the Leafs are going to go on a one-man advantage here for the next minute as Glock enters the fray. Tucked. Wanted Glock. One-timer rolling. Glock as well. Ball chopping. Just missed it. That slid through the crease. Glock had the last look at it. In a last-ditch effort, Kansas City able to send it all the way down there. Good pressure by the Leafs. Glock came off the bench. Found himself in the crease and in the slot. Followed up on a good play by Shepard. Leafs unable to pay dividends. But 4-2 would be a nifty score right now, wouldn't it, Coach?
Yeah. We need to get something, and it'd be nice to get something right here. With 26 seconds, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to maybe get one more rush.
At most, McGrath will quarterback it. He'll take it from left to right. Off the skates of Paswashel, unable to get there. And back behind the net it goes again. Now controlled behind the net. Tapped into the free open ice and given up again to Kansas City, where they'll chop it back in. And the power play is all but done at the 6:30 mark here in the second period. 4-1 Kansas City. Scrum right along the Kansas City bench with the door open and the referee there as well. Now they free it up and they're there again. Tapped and sent into the net right near the scoreboard. 6:27. Stop and play.
Yeah, we're just not in sync with one another, being able to just, on the breakout or, kind of through the neutral zone. We're not using each other effectively. There are plays that can be made, and we're missing that opportunity to make the play. We're making it tougher on ourselves.
Defensive zone face off to the left of the goaltender. Ooh, that got all the way through and just slid by the glove side low on Zimmerman. Controlled by Kansas City. Good forecheck there by Gooding. Almost freed one up. Gathered now, they'll chop it in. Caught the official again. Freed it up where he's got a chance and a one-timer. That was a great save by Zimmerman. Scrambled late and to his left on a super feed by Kansas City off the deflection from the would-be official. Now we've got another stop and play as the scrum happened just over the left shoulder of Zimmerman. The 5:58 mark here in the second period will garner a defensive zone face-off to his left. Aiden Zimmerman, the goaltender for the Leafs. Gooding will take the draw. He's got the lone goal today for your home team, the Leafs. That slides across the crease. It's engaged by Paswashel along the wing. Played directly to the defenseman for Kansas City, now shoveled back in. Leafs having trouble connecting. Borrud. Behind the net they go. Poked by Borrud. Smothered. Controlled by Borrud. Gooding joins the fray over Zimmerman's right shoulder. Tapped by Paswashel. That escapes the point. He's got Gooding free. Comes Gooding. One-timer. Fanned upon. Might have been a defenseman that got a stick on that as Gooding went to give his shot up. Nevertheless, offensive zone face-off and a stop and play. 5:22 mark here in the second period.
I think Gooding wants to do over on that one. He had Spikers streaking, and the only thing he really had to do was just slide that thing over. Spikers could have just tipped that in. He was late to doing that, and the defenseman was able to just kind of get into take that short side shot, which then didn't create any rebound or anything there.
Zimmerman, unimpeded shot. Found the glove of the goaltender. We'll try it again. Offensive zone face-off. To the right of the goaltenders, the Leafs look at it from left to right on your YouTube screen. Hansen will take the draw. It's got Wade and Hender, Zimmerman, McGrath. So 5 Leafs on the ice. Hansen crashing late. One tuck pass. Almost had Wade on a follow-up. Followed in by McGrath again. Slapping, still there. Good save by the goaltender for Kansas City, able to keep it out. This will finally catch the rack just above the bench for the Leafs. Good pressure there. Good extra look. Good scrappiness. Able to pay dividends. The Leafs need just one of those dirty ones to go in here,
They do.
Coach.
Just to get a little bit of excitement, and
to even this thing up a little bit. That's Wade, Hansen, and Hender, Zimmerman, and McGrath in their offensive zone. Behind the net they go. And we're going to stop this play again.
I think a little too whistle happy.
Yeah,
a little quick there. I mean, that puck, wasn't even tied up and squirted out and get a stoppage of play. But we had an opportunity right there where we could have taken advantage of that.
Puck was free behind the net. To the wing they go, and they'll chop it out. So just like that. Here comes Zimmerman. The right-hander, the junior from Urbandale. Given up. Carried it too long. Now gave it up. Little brother forced to pick up the pieces. For the elder Zimmerman there. Did a nice job of it. That's Hansen. They played along the boards. Wrap around right along the Leafs bench. They got their hands up again. They got something else coming. We'll just keep it going.
So it looks like Kansas City's going to be going to the sin bin. Number 16 taking down Hansen there next to the boards. Got 2 minutes for holding. Hopefully we can, grind something out right here and get the thing deep. We got the right line out there with Kilty, Kinney, and Glock. Work it down deep, and then maybe get back to Bolrud and see if you can get one of those nice low shots, get a little tip, a little misdirection.
Yeah, we got a little muscle out here. We need a dirty one. Somebody tying it up. There's some confrontation there between Glock.
I think you see a little bit of frustration.
Yeah, well, I'm feeling it, Coach.
Just a little bit of, a little bit of stick work, and then don't let that get you to think differently.
Caught by Glock, sent back in. This is where the Leafs need to do it. Is up underneath the goal. That's going to come way out and all the way around the net. Stabbed by Zimmerman. The Leafs will try it again. They got 1:30 to work with here. 3:52 in the one-man advantage. Kinney, Kelty, Glock, Michael, and Bolrud. Rubbed off his Kinney on the... He's able to at least send it furthermore. Leafs just can't seem to gather it and make anything happen.
Do the Kansas City players seem like a magnet to the puck?
Yeah.
I mean...
Oh, that's in front of the net. Given up awkwardly.
Seems like every time we place a puck somewhere, it's right to a Kansas City player.
Here comes Glock. He's got some skates. See if he can make it happen. He'll take it in wide. Now he's confronted by Kansas City. That'll jump into the Leafs bench, and nothing doing on that. Power play, 53 seconds left to go. Leafs will get a change and try it again. Yeah, it's been frustrating this game as I can remember. It's the strangest 4-1 lead I've ever seen by the opposition, first of all.
Well, it's just the conversion of 2 different power plays that didn't take much for them. That were quick, scores, and then a mistake by us, on a shorthanded goal, and so it's those are where the frustrations are. And then we've had some opportunities, we just couldn't. We haven't been able to beat the goalie. Just like that opportunity right there, back door, we're just missing.
It's going to come all the way back down. That one's going to be waved off. That's McGrath. He's going to skate it. He'll take the blue. Now he's taken Zimmerman off the post. Able to steer it over his shoulder. Good break for the Leafs there. 5-1. Fleeting moments of the second could have been deafening. We got all kinds of action going in and around and behind the play. Now Shepard's continued on. Shepard's got a chance along the wing. Centering pass of beauty, and he got it to go. Shepard with a centering pass. I believe it was Rowland maybe on the other side.
It was on McGrath.
McGrath on the other side?
Came in from the point, came down, had a stick down, and came off awkwardly. Good job. That's what you need to do. It's not going to be a shot. It's going to be that going for that back door. He went there, went off of kind of awkwardly off of McGrath's stick, up onto his chest, back onto his stick, and then in. But a big-time goal for right now.
Absolutely.
Just to get something going in the right direction, get this to a 2-goal game. If you can get something here before the end of the period in the next 2:25, punch something else back in, make this a 1-goal game going in the third period and having all that momentum.
Yeah, 4-2 right now. Seems pretty good. Giving up. Four to 2. Front of the net, look out. They're there again. Good play there by Gooding. Now he's in a foot race. Tied up. Sent to the side. Good play by Gooding. Springer now. Sends it to Shepard. Shepard fires it on in, 1:45 and going. Boy, imagine how big it would be for the Leafs to get one more here, Coach, going in to the third period in a game where I think they feel, oh, man, I've given up again. On an awkward two-man rush, had the wide side of the net open, unable to convert. Into the corner they go. Tap, slot, dances, back of the blade. Zimmerman cuts the angle off there. They go to work in the corner to the right of Zimmerman. To the point, slap through. Caught traffic, sent out on a blazer all the way on net. Icing call on a stop and play.
Yeah, you can't see he started to get us a little bit of running around. That's probably a good call of getting that thing out of there and taking that icing. But no, it would be a huge deal if we could get a goal here before going into the intermission.
Defensive zone face off to the left of the goaltender. Won by Kansas City. Play it all the way in. Great catch along the wing. Gathered by Wade. Wade looks to chop it ahead. Got it to Hender, and they sent a flutterer in on goal. With Hender crashing, the goaltender thinks better of it, puts a fork in it, garners an offensive zone face-off. It'll happen to the left of the goaltenders. The Leafs look at it from left to right. That's Hender, Wade, and Hansen on the front line. It's Kissinger and Board on defense as your 5 Leafs on the ice. As the second period is nearing a close. Aerial play. Man running underneath it and a man down for the Leafs. 1-on-1. Backhander. Zimmerman stood it down. I don't know if he shot it. He may not have even shot that. Now Zimmerman's on it. He may have just dangled in front and kept it.
Yeah. And again, just a miscue on our feet, and we fall down, and then they get that odd man rush.
Yep.
And it's just some of those little awkward things that just continue to happen at the most on-time places. And
hey, but we fought ourselves back to 4-2 here. Next goal is a big goal for both teams. Obviously, and I mean, that almost seems like something presumptuous to say, but in this game especially, there's one goal here by the Leafs. They believe they played him straight up. A lot of frustration. And now Kinney is taken off of his skates with a violent move in the corner. He's been involved in a lot of stuff in this one. Even the Oak Leafs crowd is chanting, chanting, "We got one coming here."
You can feel the frustration everywhere. It's just on top of everybody, and you gotta just keep your cool. That'd be the message that I'd be saying to our team: keep your cool, play your game, play position. Don't overexert energy on the frustration.
Kinney now in confrontation back here. A lot of chatter going on here along the wing. Now you can sense the frustration. There's no doubt about it.
And right now, I think Kansas City's just chattering. And if we're going to react to the chatter and what they're going to to us, they're in our heads, right?
Right.
And that's where they're going to take even more control of the game. You got to ignore all that, just play.
Yeah, you see a lot of the Leafs right now, in my opinion, playing a little frenzied hockey, a little anger pent up inside. It's been awkward. Trying to get Kinney loose here on the wing. They stab it along the boards, 8-7-6 seconds to go. And watch these exchanges as they leave the ice, because there is some heat in the building. 26 is there. Leafs are involved in some of it as well.
Yep.
Crazy 2 periods of hockey, Coach.
Right. And so right now, Kansas City's on the edge of our players. All they have to do is they can just start, if they chirp and they start talking, we can't react. We just got to play the game, play it hard, be aggressive, and you can go ahead and draw penalties out of Kansas City if they continue to do that. But the moment that you react, say somebody says something to you and you go and put two-hand them across their shins with your stick, you're going to go to the box, and they're very effective. So, as a coach, for Kansas City, I'm going to continue to tell our players, hey, frustrate them, tap them on their shins a little bit, talk to them. Don't make it negative talk, but continue to get into their heads, because we're going to draw penalties out of them and go back on the power play, and their power play's been effective today. So it's going to be that chess match, and so we got to send the message to our players that, hey, you're not reacting to that. You're just going to play hard and play it the right way.
So as we resume here in the third period after a scrape, the Leafs will be down 4-2 at Metro Ice Arena to Kansas City in a feisty, competitive hockey game. The first of two today. Dan Kinney and Andrew Wade will be back for the third. All right, up and at 'em. Back on at Metro Ice Arena. Just getting ready to start the third and final of the JV game. 4-2. Kansas City finds themselves in front. We do have a minute 32 seconds and the one-man advantage. What needs to happen early and often here, Coach?
Right now, we just need to make sure that we keep our heads. Don't take the chirpingness of Kansas City. Keep our heads. Keep calm, but you got to have some intensity purposes here. And for the minute 32, we need to be able to win the draw. We need to be able to set it up, and we need to get shots on the goaltender. And it's going to be some misdirection type shots. Shoot it low, get a tip here, and then you got to be able to use your body and dig for rebounds. And hopefully we get something, during this power play, get this back to a one-goal game. Then it's, playing position, moving the puck, and just continue to play hard, play the game the right way and see what happens.
So the Leafs are going to come at you from right to left. Blue Bruisers, white tops, gold numbers. Kansas City from left to right, 2 shades of blue. And numbers in white. 15 on the clock. Last period to go. And we're underway. Sent in by Kansas City, controlled by Borud. The big fella, left-hander from Southeast Polk. Now given up in the defensive zone to start this one. And they got Zimmerman. And just like that, man alive. 15 seconds in. Kansas City brings this to a 5-2 game.
I'd like to have an explanation of all that, but I don't know if I can explain it. It was, a mistake after mistake after mistake, and that was on us.
Kelty on the draw. He has Shepard and Rowland to his right and left. Pastershell and Borud on defense. Different look here for the Leafs. Now Borud looks to dig it out. On the stick of Kelty. Kelty on to dump and chase. Send it in. Football flying near the west side here. Threw me off for a second. That's Borud. Trickler on net. Kicked aside late by the Kansas City goaltender. Check into the corner. Stop short side. Pops over the net. Now back along the wing. Shuffled his Pastershell. Looks to make it happen. Shepard's there as well. Center pass. And we get another whistle. The stop and play as 2 players are down behind the net. 33 seconds left. And the one-man advantage, I believe, still. Although you'd never know it. 14 minutes of the clock in the third and final.
Yeah, the big difference in this game here is that the 2 shorthanded goals Kansas City's been able to get on us, and then the 2 power play goals. But now Kansas City's got a full box there.
Yeah, they do. 5-on-3. Leafs got 33 seconds here on a 5-on-3. Man, they gave up a soft one there a minute ago. See if they can't get it back. Shepard. Into the corner they go. Stolen from Kelty momentarily. They did get a shot on goal. Now they good work behind the net. Poked along where Borud will pinch. Sends a flutterer. Snagged by the goaltender for Kansas City. We'll get an offensive zone face-off in the stop and play. 2 penalties still lined up on the Kansas City side. 13 seconds left in the 5-on-3 for the Leafs. Then they'll have another minute 40 if needed for the one-man advantage. They find themselves down by 3. Borud loads up. Low one. 5-hole, he got it through. Borud sent one home on the 5-hole. So again, they give it and they take it away.
Right.
And just like that at the 13:35 mark, it's 5-3.
And I believe that's Borud's first goal of the year. Couldn't come to a better time right now to get this thing to 5-3. And the other key point there is it was a 5-on-3. And so with that, there was 7 seconds left in that first penalty. That one comes off the board. So we're still on a power play for the next minute 34. Can we set something up and convert on that one to get this to a 1-goal game?
Face-off comes to center ice. Gooding will take the draw. It's Glock and Kinney to his right and left. It's Borud and Michael on defense. Those are your 5 Leafs on the ice. Face-off comes just left and adjacent and past the goal line. A lot of tomfoolery going on near the face-off for both teams. In the corner that goes, Kinney forces it in. Glock fouls it up, and sheer will. Physical. At this point, Borrud swings it, sends one in. Going to come all the way back around. Michael's going to catch it, taps it into the corner. He's unable to keep it in, and now here we go again. Zimmerman comes up, puts a fork in that one, sends it around. Good work by the young fella to take that into his own hands. He's seen enough of those today.
Right.
That's Glock. Glock's got a head of steam. Glock's plucked in the corner. Borward's going to try it again. From right to left. The left-hander. Missed Gooding on an outlet. Confronted just inside the blue line by Kinney. Looks like he's got a chip on his shoulders. Better watch it. Back to Michael. Michael surveys and gives up a sloppy one just inside the blue line.
Right there is where we need to go D to D right there.
Yep.
You know, use each other. And we're going to get too many men. Ooh. Looks like they're going to just call it an offsides. Nope, too many men.
Sure are. Michael's going to pay.
So he was coming off.
Yep.
He wasn't off the ice. Puck went off his skates when the other player was on. So now we're going to go to a 4-on-4 with 13 seconds. And then Kansas City will go back up onto a power play.
13 seconds on the 4-on-4. Then it's going to be a one-man advantage for Kansas City in a 5-3 game that at this point could have unwound in so many different directions.
Right.
Could be 5-3 the other way. Could be a lot the other way. Tuck pass, wide open look. Zimmerman made that save, didn't he?
Yep.
Wow. Zim got stood down, looked quite frankly like he was beat. Stayed with it. Fell on his back. Found it. The Oak Leafs crowd it's got that testy little atmosphere to it here today, doesn't it, Coach?
Yeah, it does. You know,
it's been one of those mornings, one of those games. To the point. They send to the wing now. They're in the one-man advantage. That didn't get all the way through. It caught McGrath before it got there. They swing to the point again. Now they look to go on the wing. Now they give it up. Fanned on and unable to get it out of the zone. They're giving up again. Scrum ensues again. Passchal finally able to force it out of the zone. We got a whistle and a stop and play. 11:33 left to go here in the third. 5-3 Kansas City. And again, one more goal. Still plenty of time. One more goal. The Leafs are right in this thing.
Right. We just you know, when we have the ability to be able to go and get after that, we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if we have any more feet to shoot.
Yeah. No feet left to take aim at. In the corner they go. They're free in the slot. Extra pass to the point. Send it into the corner. They look to set it up. Pretty good patience. Good passing team. Front of the net, they just missed him. It's going to trickle just outside the blue line. Kelty closest to the puck. Now Passchal gives chase as well. Back they come. Skating in is Kansas City, unimpeded. In the slot they go. They circle, they look and survey along the wing. Leafs doing everything they can to impede the progress. Extra pass, look out. They got him. 10:37 left to go in the third. It's 6-3 Kansas City as they score 23 seconds left to go on their one-man advantage.
Yeah, we got too fixated on looking at the puck, and we forgot about the defenseman on the other side, and that's where you get that breakdown when you are doing too much of getting out and not getting back. You kind of start running, and then you leave a zone, and the defenseman, number 44, was able to just go right down and get into the passing lane, and then that's what they're looking for.
It'll come to center ice. Sent in by Shepard off the back of his blade, and into the corner they go. Rolling the first to it. Scrum ensues to the left of the goaltender for Kansas City. That's Wade. He's involved. Step up by Shepard. Wade now with the puck. Back front of his blade. Centering pass. Wanted to set. Rolling free. Unable to get it to him. This will come in the air. Kissinger will knock it out of the air. He'll force it in with his body and his stick. Comes back to him. Swipes and battles along the blue line. Kansas City able to escape the zone. Zimmerman takes the body. Frees up the puck. The Leafs got some space to exploit. Chipped along the side. This is Shepard. Ridden outside the blue line. Kansas City comes back with open ice on their left wing. Slot. And escapes the net to the left side. Kept in by Kansas City. Checked up and past the blue line. Come all the way back down just to the right of the goaltender. And an icing call and a stop and play at the 9:24 mark. Every time we say we just need one more goal to get back in it, Kansas City seems to find the goal to push it that far ahead.
They just respond, and it comes from us. When we had an opportunity to get this a one-goal game, and we shoot ourselves in the foot and get either a penalty or we had a power play. I mean, there's been 2 shorthanded goals that they've gotten, and they've had 3 power play goals. That's five of the 6 goals.
Tipped ahead on a good play by Kinney. Finds himself free. Sheer effort for 24. Couldn't find the 5. Fouled up. Good effort by the junior from Johnston. Sticks broken and all. Now we got another whistle and a stop and play.
Net's off. Good job by Kenny, just powering through and getting that opportunity. We just weren't able to clean up the rebound in the second chance opportunity.
Offensive zone faceoff. Kelty, Kinney, and Glock on the front line. Springer and Michael on defense. Those are your 5 Leafs on the ice. Taken. Backhander by Glock. That just barely sailed wide. Unable to pluck it out of the air with Springer. He'll have to go back and fetch it. Fanned upon where Kinney controls the puck. He'll send it in. Unable to keep it in with his body. Kansas City now looks to control. Wins a neutral zone battle there. Good shot by Glock, and now we've got more conversation.
Looks like there's going to be a bench penalty on Kansas City. Because that's what the stoppage of play was from. I didn't really see anything on the ice, but I do see the coaches talking to the referees. So
see it. Ben Bruin.
Yeah.
Face off just outside the blue line. Kelty. Sent in by Kansas City. Along the boards and behind the net it goes. Zimmerman ties his man up just over the right shoulder of the younger Zimmerman. Scrum ensues. See if they let him play this one out. They do. Crossing route. Trying to catch Kinney on the short side. Might have caught part of the official. He's able to gather it. Looking to control it. Now he'll send it in. He'll continue to chase it. Into the corner they go. Good collision there. Good forecheck by Kelty as well. Beaten by Kansas City. Tipped in by the stick of Kinney again momentarily. Now he's back at it again. Back comes Kansas City. Taken off on a great check by Zimmerman. This one's physical. Now Zimmerman goes down. Back into the corner. A lot of Leafs pissing on trees here. A lot of Kansas City Jets pissing on trees as well. We'll see who comes out on the short end of this one in the sin bin coach.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get a coincidental minors probably for McGrath and number 8 for Kansas City. coincidental minors for roughing.
Defensive zone faceoff. Happened to the left of the goaltender, Aiden Zimmerman, as he looks at it. Bring it right back on the dot. Pospisil will center the puck with Spikers and Gooding. Kissinger and Borrard are defensemen. Those are your 5 Leafs on the ice. They need to go quickly as we're halfway through the third. Aerial played to the point, kept in off the paw to Kansas City. Goaltender's Pospisil now wrestles with a man along the blue line. This is one of those where the handshake could be interesting.
Right.
You've been in a part of those, I bet, Coach.
Oh, yeah.
Got that feeling to it, doesn't it?
It does, but, at the end of the game, no matter what the result is in the battle, it's my message was always, good game.
Right. Pospisil wheels. Caught the short side. Almost snuck it in over the stick side. Maypop found himself loose along the wing. Now this one's freed up again. And back comes Kansas City. They're able to tap it in. Corral it as Kelty momentarily. That was Spikers. He sends it to the red line. Kansas City will now engage and set up again. Now the Leafs will try it on their own accord as they'll work from left to right. Sent all the way down to Hender gathers. He's confronted. Puck stolen from him. Blazer on net. Kicked aside by Zimmerman. Back in the corner they go. Extra pass again. It's one thing Kansas City has got the advantage of in this one is Dominic Wade goes to work in the corner, able to get a stick on it, force it in. Hender able to continue it on to him. Caught traffic on a good play in the corner by Hansen. Hender there again. They're able to force it in on sheer will. See if these guys can get one below the net in a centering pass. That's how they like to work as well. That's Zimmerman. He'll send it back in. They'll turn and circle. Could use a dirty one. Kansas City controls. To the point. Good breakout. They'll take it to the red line. Now they'll steer clear. They'll ask for the blue. They'll get it. Fumbling attempt. The Leafs able to force it free. Now Hansen taking off the puck as he tries to advance to the red line. Unable to continue on. And check back in. On a good outlet by Kansas City as they work inside the blue off the back of the blade. That one snuck up on Zimmerman. Forced to kick it aside. That's Pospisil. He'll skate it. Wheels and deals. Loses it in his own defensive zone until Michael can come up and grab it. Sends it in the corner of Zimmerman. Will skate it. And he'll take the center of the ice. That's Zim, the right-hander from Urbandale. Still there. They're giving up again. Back they come. Kansas City. They'll float one on net. Stopped momentarily. Kick to the side. As they work to the side of Zimmerman. Now skated at full speed as Rowland. As he's tackled on it. A great forecheck by Kansas City. Now giving up again. Broken up there in the corner by Michael. Confronted by Zimmerman. Scrum ensues to the left of Aiden Zimmerman as he looks at it. They're giving up in front. No one wants it. Picked up finally by the Leafs. Michael. He'll tap it free to the wing. Now Michael continue on. Send it off the boards. Pospisil takes a swipe at it. This will end up in the Oak Leafs bench and on the floor near their feet. And a stop and play at the 4:47 mark left to go here in the third and final.
Yeah, kind of going back to our conversation earlier when you talked about the handshakes and those type of things. My motto every time was, we're going to be humble in victory and gracious in defeat.
Yep.
Those are the two words.
Win with class, lose with class.
Yep, and that's what needs to continue to happen, no matter what happens during a game and who you're playing. Those are two mottos you got to live by.
It's Kelty. Good sending pass to Glock. Behind. Leaves one to Kinney. Kinney will send it back around to Glock. Kelty now will fetch it along his wing as they look to work low and often. Kelty trying to win a battle. Glock goes and digs it as well. Good body by Kelty. Controlled by Kansas City. Controlled on a good play by Kinney to keep it in. Momentarily. They keep it in again to Glock. Now Glock will sail. Short side. Wanted Kelty. Good extra effort here. That's Borrard. Sends a laser on net with Glock crashing. Good scrappiness by the Leafs. Won about every battle possible. And able to get a good clear shot on goal. They'll try it again in their offensive zone. With a mere 4 minutes left in this one, they find themselves down by 3. The mountain getting hard to climb, Coach.
Yeah, it looks like the Oak Leafs are going to go up on a power play here with Kansas City getting a slash at the end of that play. So we'll get a 2-minute power play. be nice to get something quick here. Get something drawn up, get kind of quick shot, some misdirection, screen, something. Get something quick. Get this to a 2-goal game and make the last 3.5 minutes a little bit more interesting.
So Leafs going to have a one-man advantage, I believe, here for the next 2 minutes. It's almost a must at this point. I think I've said that a few times. 6-3. Odd man rushes. Strange results, especially the start of the third period. First 15 seconds, that goal by Kansas City. The 4-2 game at that point.
And that was a shorthanded goal.
Yeah.
That was the second shorthanded goal that we've given up this game. And, if you don't give up those shorthanded goals, it's 4-3. And then, we've given up 2 power play goals that didn't take much work from Kansas City. And I'll give them those because they've earned those. But the breakdowns when we're on the power play to give up a shorthanded goal, those are the ones that are the killers, right? Because there's a huge difference right now. If it's 6-3 or 4-3, if it's 4-3 right now and you got a 2-minute penalty power play, it could have been a whole different game. So, but continue to battle. I've seen weird things happen, so we just got to get that next one right now.
Leafs got a one-man advantage. Russell down and sent into the corner. Trapped in now, sent aside by Borud. Where Michael will control, see if they can set this up. Chopped in by Pastrachel. Behind the net they go. Play along the boards. Michael to the point where Kelty's playing. Kelty wheels. Centering pass, caught traffic in front. Chops along the wing. Get a shot, boys. And the net sailed behind now. Kansas City confronts. Leafs doing battle below the net. That's Shepard. He looks to control it. Tipped ahead on a good extra tip by Rowland. First shot on the net, kinda, for the Leafs there.
Well, that's the misdirection you're looking for.
Yep.
Get it to go to the net and see if you can get a stick to get that thing to pop up in the air while the goalie's going down.
Tied up by Kansas City along the wing. Corner. They're able to get it out. It'll come to the right of the goal. The empty net as the Leafs are looking at it with 2:48 to go. It's Borud. He'll quarterback it. Now he checks it. Sends it to his man. That's Michael. Michael will skate it. Take the red, now the blue. He's basically tackled by his head. And one of the most awkward things you'll see in quite some time. Zimmerman now controls. We'll try it again now from right to left. They'll be sent in. Escapes the zone. Confronted and sent in by Pastrachel as Leafs continue to work. The 6-on-5 and an empty net in front. One-timer. Unable to make its way through. Sent to the point. Kelty. Tipped out of the air by a stick. Still in front as they work below. Working near and around the goal. Zimmerman now confronts, tucks it. Just inside, unable to escape. To Kelty. Sends it across where Shepard can't quite corral it. Kansas City able to break the zone. Send a slider all the way back down and a slow one, exactly what they want. And Kelty will look to control it. Leafs will get a couple of fresh bodies on the ice and see what they can do. McGrath does his best to stay in guard in front of the goal. Minute and a half left in this one. They're wrestling over it near the East Rink exit. McGrath taking off the puck. Now handed to Glock. Glock will shovel it in. That's what they need to do, is get it in, get it low. Unable to do it now, it escapes him again. Minute 17 to go. Leafs running out of time. We got another whistle. There's some action behind the play, and they're going to find another Leaf with another bit of extracurricular.
Yeah, McGrath went up and instead of playing the puck, went to take the body and skated over that and got himself in an interference call. So
awkward exchange in the offensive zone. Just a bit earlier. Looked like nothing but interference. Gooding will take the draw. Spikers, Zimmerman, Kissinger, your 4 Leafs in the ice. And a 5-on-4 one-man advantage for Kansas City. I'm not so sure Scott didn't take some of the drama off the ice there before this last shift went down.
And he may have. And
back they come. They'll gather it and they'll skate it from left to right. Big fella. Confronted by Zimmerman. 39 seconds and counting. Kansas City going to come in here and sweep the Leafs JV team. 4-1 last night. That was a late empty netter. 3-1 for all intents and purposes. This one, unless someone's able to do something with it, is going to end 6-3. This game's going to end just exactly the way it started. With the stop and play. Just outside the blue line. Hanson, Wade, Springer, and Kissinger are your 4 Leafs in the ice. Going to try to kill off the last 22 seconds here. That's awkwardly in front and on top of the net. I'd like to see that happen again. That thing came. You describe it. You're the color guy. Where did that come from? Somebody dropped that out of the sky?
Well, it came up off the backboard and then rolled up on Zimmerman's stick and went up in the air. And I was just worried it was going to drop down on his back and go in. But hopped on the back of the net and
played the corner. They wrap it around. Crossing pass to the point. 7 seconds. Cracker one-timer. Dangerously in front. 3 seconds to go. We've got to stop something, talk about something here real quick before this one runs out.
Not really sure what that stoppage of play because it couldn't have been inside the crease because it would have been an outside face-off.
Puck was still active, too, it looked to be. He dropped it where Hanson, and they're going to call that one good. And then just an awkward ending as well.
Yeah.
That one.
Well, I think they were just going to drop it and say, hey, let's
call it good.
Call this good. Let's make it a game.
So the Leafs are going to lose this one 6-3. They lost last night's JV game 4-1. Still in pretty good spot if they take care of business the rest of the way to make the tournament
key thing
awkward weekend for these boys.
You played a tough opponent that Kansas City's number 2 in the league, still fighting for that number 1 spot with Waterloo, and it's going to come down to them at the end of the season. When they have to battle each other right before the end of the year tournament. But for us, we are everything's in our hands, and so we continue to play and improve. I think the next time we'll see Kansas City and have to play against them, we'll have to be in the tournament. And it probably won't be the first day that we'll see them, but if it is. What I've learned from this game is you got to play 5-on-5 with these guys.
Yep.
If you get a power play, it may not help you, and then if you get down, they're going to take advantage on the power play because 5 or 4 of their goals, or actually 5 of their 6 goals was either 3 power play goals, 2 shorthanded goals.
They all look the same.
You play 5-on-5, they get 1 goal. So in our goals, we had 1 power play goal and two goals that came on 5-on-5. So that's going to be the lesson that we need to teach our boys, that when we play Kansas City, we need to play clean, we need to play hard, and we want to play 5-on-5 against these guys. And so we do that, the chances of us beating Kansas City and taking them down is what that's going to be.
So this one ends at 6-3. We'll get a scrape. We'll be back for varsity action. Dan Kinney, Andrew Wade. Stay tuned. Varsity's next.